Greetings! Hello, this is Lee Gerrard-Barlow here again. And since the last time I did shot some videos, the seasons have changed somewhat. You can see around me that it's now definitely what we call autumn. It's what the Americans call the fall. Yeah, because we see the leaves falling from the trees down to the ground. A favourite theme of mine that you'll have heard me say in other videos is that there's no disconnect between ourselves and natural processes, that the book of nature is our greatest teacher, and the book of nature, kind of, if we're observant and we trust in it as being a teacher to us, it gives us everything we need to know. Certainly it's a mirror of our own processes. So, autumn. The fall. Beautiful, wondrous colours all around us. It's it's always one of my favourite seasons, actually. Obviously, this is the opposite of springtime. And in springtime, we have an inrush of energy. The earth energy rushes up, and we have this amazing sort of, the sap rises in the trees, the flowers burst into bloom, and we have this amazing sort of influx of energy. And of course, that is a great time for us as individuals to leap onto and utilise, because it can be to our great advantage to go with these energies. So at this time of year, what is it nature's trying to tell us? Well, it's kind of the opposite of that influx of energy that spring brings to us. The sky at this time of year, normally on quite a lot of days, because we get dull days as well at this time of year, as well as amazingly vibrant ones like this. In the days where it's more dull, the sky seems to close in. Things become more covered. It's as if we're going to sleep. Nature is beginning to go to sleep. It's like those sleepy moments as we're going to sleep. Our energies become lessened, we begin to feel tired, and we're about to go into what the ancients would call the underworld, our dream time, when things go to slumber. So at this time of year, I'm right now, as I'm speaking, watching a leaf falling to the ground, and it's just touched the ground. That leaf was the product of all of that energy 6 months ago that went all the way up the trunks of the trees, into the branches, into the twigs, into the leaves, into the buds, opened up new seeds, flowers, and then the seeds, and then we have everything just at this time of the year. We also have the acorns from mighty oak trees dropping down to the ground. The leaves form the mulch, or what the ancient Egyptians would call the chem, the black earth. It creates the conditions for a total renewal and regeneration to take place. But all of this happens in a kind of state of darkness. So if we observe what's happening inside ourselves, if we feel in ourselves that we need to somehow retreat for certain moments, to think about something, or to even let go of something, nature shows us the way. Because whatever a tree lets go of becomes its future condition. And so we can clearly see that the economy of nature is in total harmony. The economy of nature is in total balance. So we fear loss. We fear to let go of things. But nature does this gracefully anyway. Nature does this gracefully. In nature, there's nothing which is lost. We might even fear loss. We might have lost loved ones. That energy is never destroyed. It just simply returns back to the grand pool of what the ancient Chinese would have called the Great Tao, the Great Tao. So everything transforms, and there isn't such a thing as energy which is lost. Energy is only ever transformed into a new state. Even science recognizes this, but it's always been part of the old wisdom. So at this time of year, just to go back to the ancient symbolisms, which is another one of my favourite subjects, when we come into autumn, we're kind of coming into the state of the balance. In the zodiac, in the 12 signs of the zodiac for the 12 months of the year, we have the sign of Libra. And to the ancient Egyptians, this was the principle of Ma'at. Ma'at was the goddess of truth, the goddess of justice, the goddess of harmony. And the economy of nature literally means the balance of the law, economia. The balance of the law of nature shows us all we need to know. At that time of the year, as the sun sails into the zodiacal sign of Libra and we go into autumn, it's as if the things are going through a kind of judgment to see whether they can still live, or whether they should flourish, or whether they should just submit to the processes of what the year gives to it, which is the processes of letting go or decay. And then a little further down the line, we come to, as I'm filming this video right now, we're coming close to the festival of Halloween. And in Halloween, of course, we put these pumpkins in the windows, don't we? With light inside. And of course, we're told that they're there to scare away the evil spirits. Really what that means is it's a symbol of our own internal light. It's a symbol of that light that we need to maintain within ourselves at this time of the year. It's very important. We see the sun outside of ourselves, but we must recognize that that sun is always in ourselves, that the external sun is but a reflection of the internal sun that we have inside ourselves. When we begin to realize this, when we begin to experience this through certain exercises and techniques, which is part of what I'm here as my duty as a teacher to help people enter into, once you begin to understand this can help you with all kinds of things like, seasonal affective disorder, sadness in general, which is brought on by these periods in the year. As people begin to become more introspective, which is natural at this time of year. It's a beautiful time of year. We also must appreciate the beauty of what's happening, because no matter where the cycle is inside ourselves or outside of ourselves, we just observe what's happening. It's a beautiful process. The whole thing is a beautiful process. And we always maintain our connection to that internal light that lives inside us. So nothing is permanent except for our connection to that internal light. So Halloween is a time when we're kind of shown that. The old symbolism, even of folk traditions like Halloween, shows us a real truth, Hold on to that light. Those evil spirits that are supposed to be attacking that light are basically those things, it's a metaphor, are those things which are trying to absorb your own connection to that light. So you maintain that light, you stay connected to that light, to that reality. When the sun sinks beneath the earth and the night falls, we think it's gone dark, but actually the sun's still there, isn't it? In reality, it's the same inside ourselves. So I hope this has been a kind of useful little reflection for you, and I hope you'll join me on certain offerings that I'll have coming up in the future. If you like the videos, please subscribe, and thank you Good to talk to you, and see you again. Bye-bye.